So you're thinking about moving to Canada, right? And I bet your mind immediately goes to the big cities, Toronto, Vancouver. But what if I told you there's a hidden gem? Today, we're diving into Prince Edward Island. We're going to find out just why Canada's smallest province might actually be your biggest opportunity.
Okay, so when you hear PEI, what pops into your head? I'm guessing it's rolling green hills, that famous red soil, and of course potatoes, right? I mean, there's a reason they call it the Garden of the Gulf. But you know what? That classic postcard view, it's really only half the story.
Yeah, that's right. Aerospace. Tucked away on this little island known for farming is a seriously diverse and modern economy. I mean, did you have any idea that PEI has a booming aerospace hub or a major bioscience cluster? The reality of PEI's economy is way more dynamic than most people think.
So let's peel back that postcard layer, shall we? In this first part, we're going to get into the real job opportunities, the stuff that makes PEI a really smart, strategic choice for newcomers. Now, the key to unlocking all these opportunities, it's the PEI Provincial Nominee Program, or PNP for short. And honestly, this is a total game changer for a lot of immigrants. See, the province uses this program to handpick people with the exact skills they need. And get this, the language requirements can actually be a bit more relaxed than the big federal programs like Express Entry.
So what are they looking for? Well, the province is dealing with some pretty big labor shortages. So if you're a truck driver, a nurse, or you've got skills in construction or healthcare, listen up. PEI is actively looking for you. This isn't just a maybe they'll pick me situation. They are out there recruiting.
Okay, so let's say you've got the skills they need. Awesome. The next huge question is, where on this beautiful island are you actually going to live? And this is about so much more than just finding a house, right? It's about picking the lifestyle and the career hub that's the perfect fit for you.
All right, let's kick things off with the two main cities because they have totally different economic engines. On one hand, you've got Charlottetown. That's the hub for government jobs, bioscience, IT, and healthcare. But if you're a skilled tradesperson or a technician, you're probably going to be looking at Summerside. That's the heart of their aerospace and manufacturing sectors. Honestly, your job could make this decision for you.
And it's not just about the jobs. The whole vibe is completely different too. Charlottetown, it feels like this cool, historic micro-city. You can walk everywhere, there's a university, a great arts scene, it's got that buzz. Summerside, though, it's much quieter. It's more of a big town, you know? It's super family-focused with this really strong sense of community pride. So what are you after? That city energy or that close-knit small-town feel?
Okay, let's talk about the big one, money, because this is a major factor. The cost of living is way different between the two. In Summerside, you can expect your rent to be about 15, maybe 20% cheaper than in Charlottetown. And that's because the housing market in Charlottetown is, well, it's incredibly tight. The bottom line here, your wallet might just make the final call.
And hey, it's not just a two-horse race between those cities. Think of this table as your ultimate cheat sheet for the whole island. I mean, look at Montague. Rent is under $1,000, focused on fishing. Where you've got Stratford, which is a booming suburb right next to Charlottetown, but that comes with higher rent. This is where you can really start to find that perfect balance between your career, your budget, and the kind of life you want to live.
All right, you've zeroed in on a location. Now for the nitty-gritty, making your arrival plan. Let's break down the actual logistics of getting there and getting yourself set up.
First things first, how are most people actually making the move? The most common way is through something called the Atlantic Immigration Program, or AIP. Now, the key thing to know about the AIP is that it's all employer-driven. That means you need to have a job offer from a designated employer before you can really get the ball rolling on anything else.
Okay, this checklist is going to make a really complex process feel a lot simpler. Step 1. Secure that AIP job offer. We just talked about that. Step 2. Plan how you're getting there, bridge or ferry. Now, once your feet are on the ground, steps 3 and 4 are absolutely critical. I mean it. Apply for your health card and get on the patient registry for a family doctor on day 1. Seriously, the waitlist can be long, so you need to get your name in that queue right away.
And hey, here's a fun little practical tip for you about getting to the island. You've got the Confederation Bridge, which is this incredible piece of engineering, but it has a kind of quirky toll system. You only pay when you leave the island. That's right, it's totally free to drive on, but it's going to cost you about $50 to drive off. Kind of funny, right?
So, you've made it. You're there. You're getting set up. But what does it take to not just survive, but to actually thrive in the long run? This next part is all about navigating the real-world challenges of island life and setting yourself up for success.
Okay, let's not beat around the bush. Let's talk about this single biggest challenge you'll face, housing. Finding a place to live in PEI is tough. The demand is sky high and the supply is super low. This is not something you can just figure out when you get there. You absolutely need a strategy.
And just to put that into perspective for you, in most big cities, a rental vacancy rate under 1% is considered a full-blown crisis. In Charlottetown, that's just normal. That's the reality. It just means you have to be ready for it, and you have to be proactive.
So how on earth do you beat those odds? Here's the strategy. You can forget about just scrolling online listings 24/7. So many of the good apartments are never even advertised publicly. They get filled through word of mouth. So the most important thing you can do is tap into those local networks. Tell everyone, and I mean everyone, that you're looking. And for sure, ask your new employer if they have any leads or can help out.
All right, reality check number 2 has to do with jobs. PEI's big traditional industries, we're talking tourism and fishing, are mostly seasonal. What does that mean for you? Well, it can mean you're making great money from, say, May to October, and then things get really, really quiet in the winter. So you've got to have a strategy for this. It's basically twofold. Option 1, you target those stable, year-round jobs in sectors like healthcare, aerospace, or IT. Option 2, if you are in a seasonal job, you need to become an expert on Canada's Employment Insurance System, or EI. It's literally designed to help people bridge that gap in the off-season.
And finally, I've got a couple of pro tips for you for long-term success. First, super practical, get winter tires. They're not actually required by law there, but trust me, they are 100% essential. Second, this is more on the community side of things, volunteer. In a small, tight-knit place like PEI, it is hands down the fastest way to build both your social circle and your professional network.
So we've covered a lot, haven't we? The economy, the lifestyle, the logistics, and yeah, the challenges too. Which brings us to the big one, the most important question of all. Is Prince Edward Island the right place for you to build your future? If there's one thing you take away from all this, let it be this. PEI offers a quality of life that is just so hard to find anywhere else. It's peaceful, it's safe, it's all about community. But that amazing lifestyle comes with a trade-off. You can't just show up and expect things to fall into your lap. You have to be proactive, you have to be strategic, especially when it comes to your career and finding a place to live.
And that really leads us to our final thought here. For the right person, someone with the right skills, and just as importantly, the right mindset, this tiny little island could genuinely be the biggest opportunity of your life. The only question left is that person you?